So many of us feel uncomfortable around our parents as adults because they didn't get this one parenting skill right. So I have a 2-year-old son, a 3-year-old daughter, and I got them both balloons this morning. My daughter took one look at the balloons and just like ripped the balloons out of my son's hand and took off running. So I have some options here, right? Maybe your parents did one of these. So I can punish her, right? And I can tell her that's not acceptable behavior. That was my first impulse, to be honest. Like that's how I was raised. I could say, stop picking on your brother. No one's gonna wanna be around you if you act like that, right? Or I can even take a more gentle approach, something like, hey Etta, that's not nice. Remember, you gotta be kind to your brother, give that back. That's what I used to do. That's what I thought was right. But I realized that all these approaches kind of have the same big problem. Something that my wife has actually modeled for me over time is a totally different skill, and it's to slow down and to start with, hey, what's going on? What are you feeling? Why'd you take the balloon? So I did that, and my daughter responded, I want the tall one. And I'm like, tall one? Oh, like you want a longer string on the balloon? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just took it, and I unraveled the balloon string a little bit, and it was taller, and then she was happy, and she ran off. The skill is in the reflex, right? So when a kid acts out, do I start with the lecture? Do I start with punishment? Or is my reflex to inquire and to understand first? Because they might have a reason for how they acted that makes sense. When we grow up with parents who start with negative assumptions and they start with the lecture, the punishment, it leaves us feeling unseen and misunderstood. Those patterns of feeling unseen by our parents, they turn into distant feelings, discomfort as adults.